Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Cassie Clayman. Thanks so much for tuning in as we have plenty of sunshine across our area as we head into the weekend. Temperature is going to be slightly cooler. We're talking highs right near 80 degrees as we head into the weekend with generally sunny skies expected as well. So I just want to take a look at the forecast. This is the 7-day precip forecast. So this has us through Friday, June 5th. And overall precip across our area looks to stay fairly light as we are going to be seeing these generally dry conditions for the next several days. Here's a quick peek at your Fly CRW forecast. It starts at home, Atlanta, bit of a different story, seeing those unsettled conditions as we head through the weekend, where Chicago going to be seeing that sunshine. But now as we take a look at your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, clear skies are expected overnight tonight. Temperatures drop down into the 50s. Then that sunshine as we head into the day Saturday. Pittsburgh at 73 degrees. We're down to 52 in Kingwood overnight tonight, heating up to 71 degrees in Kingwood as we head into the day on Saturday. Going to be a pleasant day. Could see some areas of fog out there. Areas such as Point Pleasant, where we'll see a low temperature dip down to 52. Then we're up into the mid 70s as we head into the afternoon, getting to enjoy the sunshine. We'll be at 73 degrees in Clarksburg with a little bit of fog overnight tonight in Huntington. Temperatures drop down into the 50s and then heat up to those upper 70s to near 80 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. So quick peek at the extended outlook. Conditions look to stay dry and temperatures very steady as we head through the weekend and into next week.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
Five, three,
Red 57! Red 57! Hot, hot!
I don't believe what I just saw. Bill McKenzie hits a 38-yard field goal on the final play of the football game.
5 seconds left in the game. Do you believe in miracles? Yes!
It is a great night to be a Mountaineer wherever you may be.
From the home of the state's land-grant institution, inside the Health Plan Studios, in the Dale B. Miller Building in Morgantown, it's time for the state's most listened-to sports talk show. This is the CityNet Statewide Sportsline. CityNet, cybersecurity experts for the digital age. And now, across the state of West Virginia and beyond, Sportsline is on the air.
And good Friday evening. It's a big sports night across the state of West Virginia. Of course, the NCAA Regional going on. We're going to go to Brad here in just a second. Wheeling Central and Petersburg have won state softball championships today. We're going to talk about that. I'm Kyle Wiggs. Luke Wiggs is alongside. We're in South Charleston. We watch the state championship games, and again, we'll get to that, but let's go live to Kendrick Family Ballpark. Brad Howe is watching the NCAA regional game as Binghamton scored early, Brad, and they lead West Virginia 1-0, bottom of the fourth. Let's start with the atmosphere. What's it like in the ballpark tonight?
Well, actually, Kyle, I'm going to start with this. This is about as live update as you get. Matt Gravelin just opposite field home run, 2-run shot. West Virginia now in the lead, 2-1, and you could see it coming last inning. Connor Griffin, who's throwing absolute gas, he's touching 96 on the gun, got a little wobbly last inning. Paul Schoenfeld lined out to right on an absolute laser, and you could feel the momentum start to change, and it just did right there as Gravelin drove one over the right field wall. So didn't mean to go off your first question, but pretty significant development here.
Yeah, my video just caught up. I'm probably 60 seconds behind watching it on video on my tablet, and it just caught up. And Gravelin, literally 5 minutes ago on my video feed, the ball went over the right center field wall. So Mountaineers in front, 2-1, and I would imagine the place erupted.
Yeah, it's so to your question about atmosphere, I mean, it's packed. There's not a seat here. I'm down the right field line right now, and we're every bit of 2 to 3 deep along the wall. The hillside up by the hospital, Kyle, the top hill is not only packed and 2 deep. People have now lined up on the secondary hill where I have never seen anybody sit since this park opened. It's packed there. The berm's crowded. It's standing room only. It's the atmosphere that we thought it would be, especially given the picture-perfect weather today.
Well, walk us through the Binghamton run, if you don't mind, that ended with a pretty crazy play at the plate.
It did, and there was Ty Hall picks the ball up on third, play at the plate. Gavin Kelly with the sweep tag, and Gavin thought he had him. He immediately called for the review after the player slid into home, but the review was upheld, runner safe, and it was close. It was bang-bang at the plate, guys. So that was a close one, and I credit West Virginia. Again, as they've done most of the year, they just stay in it and keep coming. Very patient at the plate, and that was the scouting report on Connor Griffin. Great stuff, live arm, but has a tendency to get wild. And so West Virginia was working on getting him deeper in the count. He'd thrown 50 pitches coming into this half inning, and as I said, last inning he started to get a little wobbly. West Virginia got a couple runners on, and we've got another one, guys. Pretty well hit. I'm going to try and do some live play-by-play here. Armani Guzman off the wall in center field, very nearly a home run. I'm talking a few inches from a home run, ends up in a double. So, again, I'm sorry for the noise. It's bedlam here, guys, bedlam.
One more thing, Brad, the pitching, we speculated about the pitching later in the week, and the coaching staff revealed what they were going to do a few days ago. It's Chance and Cole tonight. What have you seen from him?
Yeah, he's been outstanding. 6 Ks already on this game, and he's dealing. He's doing what he does. The fastball's there, and he's mixing speeds brilliantly. And he just does such a great job of keeping the ball down, and that's what he's done so far. So Binghamton's having a real hard time getting anything barreled up. They got that early run, but as starters often do, he has found his groove and has settled in here and is really throwing well early.
All right, very good. Brad, we appreciate the live update. Enjoy the rest of the game, and we'll talk to you probably on Sunday night.
Okay, guys, sounds good. And, hey, don't be surprised if I just call back in and stay on the line because that was good luck. As soon as you called Sports and Saints, I may just call you back here in a little bit.
Yeah, that'd be just perfectly fine. Thanks, Brad. We appreciate it.
All right, see you guys.
We're going to check in with Greg Hunter, who is at the ballpark as well later in the show. 2-1 West Virginia, Armani Guzman at second base, and there's nobody out in the bottom of the fourth. And, again, Luke, we're probably 60 to 90 seconds behind what's going on live. I'm streaming it via DirecTV through a hotspot on a tablet. So that's, it's amazing technology. Who thought you could ever watch a game like that 15 years ago? But here we are. It's 2-1 West Virginia over Binghamton.
Well, and let me jump in and say this. We got to look at that Guzman ball off the center field wall, and I can commiserate with Binghamton center fielder Matt Bolton. I've never gotten to play at Mon County Ballpark, but I've been at Milan, which is about a half mile away. When the ball gets up there in the wind and it starts tailing away from you, it becomes a difficult ball to read, and that's exactly what happened to him. Another surprise, though, in this lineup for the Mountaineers, and it's nice to see them having taken the lead in this game. Ben Lumsden had only made a couple of starts for WVU this season. He was a late insertion into the starting lineup in right field, which certainly caught my eye, and he actually reached. Unfortunately, he was picked off. But I thought it was interesting to get him in the lineup. And then Cole, you work around that early trouble. He settled into a nice groove. He's missing bats. He struck out 6 as he've gotten the first 12 outs of this game. So things got a little nervy, and I'd have to go back and look, but I called that game in 2019. I think Fordham might have jumped out on West Virginia at the time back in 2019 before the Mountaineers piled it on and came back to win that one too. So it created a tense atmosphere, but certainly now a lot to scream about in Morgantown.
Armani Guzman has stolen third base, so he is at third and still nobody out. Got a great jump and dove headfirst into third base. So a stolen base by Armani Guzman, and again at third with no one out and a walk. So first and third with nobody out. I forgot to ask Brad about the classic Kentucky-Wake Forest game. Remind me when Greg comes on to ask Greg about it, because he was there too. Both Brad and Greg watched the first game tonight. But that was a one-run ball game. Wake Forest with the early lead. Kentucky came back on them. Wake Forest attempted a late comeback, and I believe I think I heard someone say, we were busy here with these high school softball games, but I believe I heard somebody say the winning run scored on a wild pitch, and Kentucky knocked off Wake Forest by a final of 6-5. I'm attempting to get the text line going as well, so you can join us via text. I'll let you know, 304-TALK-304. That is the text line. All right, we catch our breath here after the live update from Brad, Kendrick Family Ballpark, what we watched today, and Joe Bricado is here as well. He'll join us. Wheeling Central won in Class Single A. They defeated Wahama in the Single A state championship game. And then Petersburg was a winner over Logan in the Double A state championship game. And the champions in both classes both went through 4-0.
Yeah, especially with the way this tournament ended up breaking down. The original plan was to go 6 games, and then 3 with a possibility of 4. Had to play just 4 games on that first day. It pushed some games onto Thursday, which ended up being a 7-game day. And it really did put those teams at a disadvantage that didn't make it through the winner's bracket. And I think that led to, Wahama just running out of gas, even though they gave a valiant effort to run all the way to the championship game in Class Single A. And then for Petersburg, you got the chance to talk to Coach Hedrick last night, and we'll hear from him a little bit later on in the program. He knew how important that game was last night against Logan to say, hey, I only need to come into Friday to win 1 game as opposed to 3. So it played out very well for them. Congratulations to both. Petersburg, of course, were the runner-up last year. They get to win the championship this year, and then Wheeling Central gets to add to a very crowded trophy cabinet. Another fantastic state tournament for the Maroon Knights.
All right, I do have the text line up. It is running, 304-TALK-304. You can text us. You can text Joe Bricado, who's about 1.5 feet away, and he'll answer your questions about the best Italian restaurants in the state of West Virginia.
That he can do.
304-TALK-304. That's the text line. We'll come back and we'll talk more about the Mountaineer game going on as we speak, but we'll get into these state championship games today as well. In Petersburg, I believe, was the first state softball championship in school history, and Coach Hedrick said, I believe, the second state championship. Was that murky?
He threw a couple of little shots and said, hey, well, the tennis championships, I don't know if they count. He was speaking in jest. Their first championship in a baseball or softball sport since the 80s.
Okay, all right, so we'll get into that. We'll hear from Bubba Hedrick. We'll hear from the Wheeling Central, the victorious side for Wheeling Central, as well as we return on the CityNet statewide sports line. CityNet is West Virginia's local internet provider. High-speed, reliable fiber internet is probably right at your front door. Now is the perfect time to connect. Free equipment, free installation, no contract, local customer support you can trust. Fast, reliable fiber internet built for everyday life. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects. We're back on the CityNet statewide sports line. The Health Plan Studios has been moved to Little Creek Park in South Charleston, and tonight it's a tent. We're under a tent here after the state softball finals in Single A and Double A. We'll take a break. We've got more coming up on the CityNet statewide sports line after this.
Answering a text or phone call while driving seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Boating season is almost here, and there's no better place to start your family's adventure than Lou Wendell Marine Sales. Family owned for over 40 years, Lou and his sons are West Virginia's largest Avalon pontoon dealer and true experts in boats, motors, and repairs. Explore their impressive inventory and score some of the best deals of the season right now. At Lou Wendell Marine Sales, they don't just sell boats, they sell family fun. Visit LouWendellMarineSales.com and get on the water in style. After all, the weekend's almost here.
We are there for you, to care for you at the Health Plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The Health Plan. We are here for you.
Live From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide sports line
Returns in 2 minutes.
on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
What does it mean to lead in medicine? J.W. Ruby Memorial Hospital is the top hospital in West Virginia, nationally recognized for 3 programs in 18 procedures and conditions. But to us, leadership means being first in care, in lives saved, in lives restored. In medicine, we lead in the ways that truly matter.
Longer days, warmer drives, and better deals at Dan Cava GMC. Hit the road in one of our new luxury GMC Acadias. All this and more at Dan Cava GMC in Bridgeport. Shop the road.
Download MetroNews Television on your iPhone or Android. Search MetroNews Television in your app store. Create an account today to get alerts and watch all live and archived content. Download now.
In 1914, the same year the first commercial flight soared and the Panama Canal opened, Greer Industries was born. Herbert and Agnes Greer began in Morgantown, West Virginia, striking the first pick into the limestone formation that would become the backbone of one of the state's great industrial legacies. From the roads we drive on, the buildings we build, and the communities we serve, Greer Industries has been delivering quality for decades. At Greer Industries, we've been improving lives for more than a century.
Leading the efforts to build a stronger West Virginia, the High Technology Foundation has a proven plan to strengthen and diversify our state's economy. The I-79 Technology Park's high-capacity infrastructure continues to attract advanced federal operations that are driving economic growth. This keeps our young, educated residents in the state and brings West Virginians home. The High Technology Foundation, building a stronger West Virginia. Learn more today at WVHTF.org.
We are back. Kyle Wiggs, Luke Wiggs, Little Creek Park. What's this place called?
That's the one, yeah.
It's been a long
Little
couple
Creek,
of
South
days.
Charleston.
Little Creek Park, South Charleston, home of the state softball championships. Ben Lumsden clubs a mammoth 3-run home run onto the concourse, and West Virginia leads Binghamton 5-1. And how about St. Mary's knocking off the overall number 1 seed in the tournament? St. Mary's beats UCLA today 3-2. So that's the region that's linked with the Morgantown region.
And they're not the only host to lose. I'll try to put together a more definitive list, but I saw that Auburn dropped their game. And I'll tell you, in the College Station Regional, you've got Texas A&M currently losing to Lamar. So it's not unprecedented in terms of host teams losing today. Milwaukee won that game against Auburn 13-8. And Little Rock actually defeated Southern Miss 7-4. So upset somewhat contagious. The Mountaineers looking to try to avoid that as they get that big blast from Lumsden.
And a couple of long home runs, one from Gravelin, a 2-run shot. And after Armani Guzman got that double off the center field wall, there was a walk. And then the 3-run shot by Ben Lumsden, his first home run of the year. 304 Talk 304. We'll get another live update from Greg Hunter at the ballpark coming up. Again, UCLA has lost today. They lose to St. Mary's 3-2, round 1 of that regional. And again, Kentucky held off Wake Forest by a final of 6-5. All right. You saw a first today, a state championship won.
Yeah, absolutely, for Petersburg. Fantastic performance for the Vikings. What was an exciting tournament. It started back on Wednesday when they fell behind 9-0 in a game against Lincoln that they came back to win 14-12. And then just went unblemished in their quest for a title. Did so winning a championship against top-seeded Logan. Again, Petersburg was last year's state runner-up, their first title in baseball or softball since the 1980s, and it was just a really well-played game, top to bottom. Miley Tingler was fantastic. She was named the tournament MVP. She had a 2 RBI single in this game, also doubled and came around to score. Her and Ella Chu were absolutely the offensive engines in this tournament. You also have to give a tremendous amount of credit to Gracie Carpenter for what she was able to do in this game, along with Seitz, who came in, or Kreitz, I should say, for this Petersburg team. So they came up so close, and they just came up so short last year in that championship game against Oak Glen. They wanted to come back and get revenge. They were able to do that today. It was great traveling support. About the teams that were here, Petersburg, what I would imagine travel the farthest. Wheeling Central would be closed, but there were a lot of people wearing the red and black of the Vikings, and a lot of those people are still on the field taking photos.
Yeah, that game wrapped up a little bit less than an hour ago, maybe about 5:30, and Petersburg knocks off Logan, and Petersburg again sweeps its way through the tournament. The first night, the first game, they were down 9-0 to Lincoln, battled back and won that contest 14-12. So that's how close they were from going into the losers bracket. But they rally and win that game, and then Petersburg dominated Sissonville, winning 9-1. They outscored Logan 10-6 last night, and then they beat Logan again today. What was it, 6-5, the final, I believe?
Yeah.
6-5, Petersburg over Logan, the championship game. And Logan had to win twice. Logan battled its way out of the losers bracket and would have had to beat Petersburg twice, and that, of course, didn't happen. So Petersburg over Logan, 6-5 for the AA State Softball Championship. And let's hear from head coach Bubba Hedrick after the game. A long time coming, Petersburg, for him helping them win this state championship.
Check. Well, long time coming.
Hey.
Has it sunk in yet?
No, it will on the way home, and then we'll enjoy it this weekend. But man, a long time coming. I think, as I told you earlier, it's been 40 years since state championship. Minus, I got to get a little plug in there for tennis. We had a tennis team that won a championship, and we had a tennis athlete that went on and played at Syracuse University. But anyway, yeah, these girls deserve this, and we've been playing for a little respect too. We feel like we've been slighted a little bit, and the only way you fix that is win, and so we've done that today.
But you use that as a motivator this season and into this event?
Oh, absolutely. And from day one, I told these girls, you're number one for me, and I vote you number one because I believe they were number one. And early in the year, we got into a couple of tournaments, went to Hedgesville, and we saw then what we were capable of as far as offensively. The numbers we could put up and the home runs and the extra base hits, and that never went away, and it stuck with us throughout the whole year. Now, I thought we were just a little flat today, didn't have as many good at-bats, but we persevered and found a way.
Coach, yep. They got ahead of you there. What'd you tell your girls on the comeback?
You know what? I'm gonna tell you, a lot of that's just on them and the way they've handled things. When we talked about coming here, one of the things that I felt like was on our side was we've got some experience because we've been here back to back years. My seniors have been here 4 times, juniors 3 years, sophomores, this is now their 2nd year. So the stage they were used to. But all year when we were challenged, they never folded. We lost a couple games here and there, but man, they just always hung tough and just found a way to win.
And it felt like in the tournament, every time you would allow the other team to score, your offense would find a way to answer back with some runs.
Yeah, absolutely. The key is just you got to get balls in play. And Logan had a few boo-boos today, and when you get here, that will hurt you. And we've had some of those in the past on our side. So we did. We responded enough and just got a timely run.
Tingler's been lights out for you all tournament.
Yeah.
Just talk about what her performance today and just what she's been to.
Well, she has been solid, rock solid all year. She's hit with power. I gave her a Silver Slugger Award this year at our local sports banquet because she's got that kind of bat. She's the girl that gets you the doubles and the triples and racks the RBIs up, but will hit the ball out as well. And she's just consistent, been consistent from day one. and play again. She plays hard, plays the game hard. If you noticed her running the bases, she goes hard nonstop, and she's crucial for us. And then plays a rock solid third base as well.
Sixth inning, Cheyenne made the catch to keep it tied. I think it was a double play. What did that do for momentum?
Now, what was that again?
The Cheyenne catch in the sixth inning that kept it tight.
I'm telling you, I ain't gonna lie. We were antsy in the dugout because we weren't sure if we were ready to make a change yet, because we felt like we needed to. Their timing was there, and we weren't fooling them, and we survived it. I mean, Connie came up with a great catch, got us out of the inning, and then I went back to Carpenter to get that change, and man, here's the thing. My assistant coach said we don't strike a lot of people out, but we ended the game on a strikeout. So I mean, that was fantastic.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. You mentioned you kind of been on.
Bubba Hedrick there, head coach of the victorious Petersburg Vikings. They win the state championship in Class AA. And, Luke, you watched most of their games, if not all of them. And we saw them hit for power. We saw them do fundamental things. They didn't have the greatest pitching, but they played defense behind their pitchers, and they cobbled together the innings and got carried through with the offense.
Yeah, and you can make a nod to their defense as well. Tawny Tingler, the shortstop, third baseman, Cole out in left field, Seitz in center, was as athletic of a defense on the left side of the field as we'd seen all tournament long. They made some fantastic plays. They turned a fantastic double play to get out of the fifth. I think we heard a question about that there.
Mm-hmm.
They were doing a lot to limit base runners. You had a great throw from Ella Chu to cut it down, a base runner in the fourth inning as well. So they checked a lot of boxes, and you mentioned their pitching. They don't miss a lot of bats, but again, for Kreitz and for Carpenter, they both just came in and battled. Carpenter started this game. They went to Kreitz because she did a pretty good job throwing the handcuffs on Logan last night when they won in the winner's bracket a game on Thursday evening, and then they bring Carpenter back into the game to get the last couple of outs. She's able to induce some weak contact against a fantastic Logan team. I mean, You've got players over there, Miley Atkins chief among them, that they were able to relatively keep under wraps and win this championship. So more than well deserved for Petersburg, and in their eyes, they thought they were the number one team.
Right, and you heard him say that.
Indeed,
and that's a better way to say it in terms of the pitching. And Coach Hedrick said that. Don't get a lot of strikeouts, right. But ironically, they got a strikeout on the last for the last out.
We also need to mention that we had extensive use of instant replay review for the first time in this tournament, especially in that last championship game. Both coaches using it a lot. I imagine when Joe Mercado comes on, he can talk about how that made the end of the single-A championship game a little bit odd. But that was a new wrinkle that was thrown in today. I think in the games that we had on our field, there were 5 total challenge. Well, I think it got away from us at the end, closer to like 7. A couple were overturned. They were all relatively brief. But that was a factor in these AA championship games as well. Congratulations to Petersburg. Logan left it all on the line as well, came up just a little bit short. Really, really fun AA bracket and single A bracket as well, I'm sure you'll get into on the other side of the break. And then, of course, we do it all over again next week with AAA and Quad A.
Saw a bunch of home runs in the AA portion of the bracket, including a couple of Petersburg home runs.
Yeah, Ella Chu, again, and she's going to be playing at Potomac State. She hit one out. Tingler had tremendous power all week long, had a couple of long balls from Oak Glen this week, too. They had a good tournament. Incredibly entertaining. Softball started to carry a lot better when it stopped being a torrential downpour.
Yeah, no doubt.
That was a huge factor.
5-1, West Virginia leading Binghamton. They're in the top of the fifth. Binghamton with a rally going, 2 on and 1 away against Chance and Cole, but the Mountaineers are up 5-1. We'll take a break. Text line open, 304 Talk 304. One other story that we need to mention, Mike Gansey has agreed to become the new president of basketball operations for the Philadelphia 76ers. He's risen through the ranks of the Cavs front office, been there since 2011, 2012, and now he lands the top executive position in Philadelphia. So Mike Gansey, who played at St. Bonaventure, Western New York, came to the Mountaineers, was part of a great Mountaineer basketball run, gave it a shot in the pro ranks, couldn't stay healthy, had issue with some staph infections, but he has found his way as an NBA front office person, first with Cleveland and now with the Philadelphia 76ers. So congratulations to him and his family. He's moving up as the new president of basketball operations for the Philadelphia 76ers. We're at Little Creek Park in South Charleston, and it's pretty much cleared out. The Peterstown fans, the parents, and the players, they were celebrating on the field after winning a state championship about an hour ago, and they've since moved on. I'm sure they've got some hungry teenagers that need to be fed, so they've moved on to take care of that. This is the CityNet statewide Sportsline, and we've moved the Health Plan studio to South Charleston. Since 1979, the Health Plan has called West Virginia home. From humble beginnings, they've grown alongside West Virginia, becoming a part of its fabric. For over 4 decades, they've been here through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses, proudly serving West Virginia for over 40 years. The Health Plan will continue on.
Hey, this is Brad Howe for your local internet provider, CityNet. High-speed fiber internet is probably at your front door, and now's the time to connect. Your tax dollars helped expand broadband access across West Virginia, and CityNet makes it real. More rural communities in West Virginia can finally get the high-speed internet they deserve, with free equipment, free installation, no contract, and local support you can trust. So whether you're streaming, working, gaming, or running your business, CityNet delivers the speed and reliability you need. When it's high-speed internet you need, CityNet.net connects, protects, and perfects.
The WVU Heart and Vascular Institute is recognized among the best in the nation for heart surgery. It's earned the highest 3-star rating from the Society of Thoracic Surgeons in 5 major cardiac surgery categories. Also, WVU Medicine Thomas Hospitals, Camden Clark Medical Center, and Wheeling Hospital received top star ratings for heart surgery. Learn more about WVU Medicine's Elite Heart Program at wvumedicine.org/heart.
If a fire occurred in your home, would your smoke alarms work? Don't wait for a tragedy to find out. Smoke alarms are designed to give you and your family the precious seconds you need to safely escape. Test your smoke alarms every month by pressing the test button until the alarm sounds. Depending on the type of battery in your smoke alarm, you may need to change the batteries at least once a year or whenever the low battery warning chirps. And never remove the batteries for any reason. Remember, having working smoke alarms is not only a good idea, it's the law. A message from the West Virginia State Fire Marshal's Office.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
Today's MetroNews television forecast is brought to you by Lou Wendell Marine Sales. We sell family fun.
Hello, I'm meteorologist Cassie Clayman. Thanks so much for tuning in as we have plenty of sunshine across our area as we head into the weekend. Temperature is going to be slightly cooler. We're talking highs right near 80 degrees as we head into the weekend with generally sunny skies expected as well. So I just want to take a look at the forecast. This is the 7-day precip forecast. So this has us through Friday, June 5th. And overall precip across our area looks to stay fairly light as we are going to be seeing these generally dry conditions for the next several days. Here's a quick peek at your Fly CRW forecast. It starts at home, Atlanta, bit of a different story, seeing those unsettled conditions as we head through the weekend, where Chicago going to be seeing that sunshine. But now as we take a look at your Panhandle, the Panhandle forecast, clear skies are expected overnight tonight. Temperatures drop down into the 50s. Then that sunshine as we head into the day Saturday. Pittsburgh at 73 degrees. We're down to 52 in Kingwood overnight tonight, heating up to 71 degrees in Kingwood as we head into the day on Saturday. Going to be a pleasant day. Could see some areas of fog out there. Areas such as Point Pleasant, where we'll see a low temperature dip down to 52. Then we're up into the mid-70s as we head into the afternoon, getting to enjoy the sunshine. We'll be at 73 degrees in Clarksburg with a little bit of fog overnight tonight in Huntington. Temperatures drop down into the 50s and then heat up to those upper 70s to near 80 degrees as we head into our Saturday afternoon. So quick peek at the extended outlook. Conditions look to stay dry and temperatures very steady as we head through the weekend and into next week.
Sitting at Statewide Sportsline, we're in the Health Plan studio outdoors today after watching the single and double-A state championships. The Mountaineers with Chance and Cole just got out of a bases-loaded situation. Binghamton leaves the bases full. Chance and Cole gets a strikeout to end the fifth inning. So the Mountaineers are coming to the plate in the bottom of the fifth, and they lead Binghamton 5-1. Joe Bricado, WVMetroNews.com, joins us. Joe, good afternoon.
Hey, good afternoon.
It's been a fun week here. 3 days of softball, more games that we can count. But you got a chance to watch Wheeling Central win a state softball championship, beating Wahama 12-2 in the championship game today.
Yes, well, you had the Class A field most of the day. I was at the Class AA field all day. I was at the Class A, and we were thinking in the middle of this championship game between Wheeling Central and Wahama, would it be possible for the White Falcons to win 4 consecutive games on the same day to win the state championship? It's been done over the course of multiple days. Herbert Hoover a couple of years ago lost their tournament opener, came back through the losers bracket to win. But ultimately, Wheeling Central breaks open a 2-2 game in the 6th inning, scoring 10 runs on 10 hits over the final 2 frames to defeat Wahama by the final of 12-2 and take home the school's first title since 2018.
And Olivia Kioski was the tournament MVP.
An impressive performance, and she's not a big strikeout pitcher for head coach Buck Davidson, but she only had 1 strikeout in the championship game, but she pitches to contact very well and obviously has some good defense behind her. But really after the first inning where Wahama scored 2 runs and both of those were unearned runs, Kioski settled in and was very effective and able to keep a very good Wahama lineup in check throughout the final 6 innings of the game.
So there were some good stories in the single-A bracket. Obviously, Wheeling Central wins the championship as a number 4 seed. You had Wahama, the number 1 seed. Wahama lost to Wheeling Central in round 2 and then played their way back through the losers bracket. Man was a great story in this single-A tournament this year.
It's very interesting because Man was, in their regular season, they had an 8-7 record, didn't get to play a lot of games. There wasn't a whole lot of buzz around them, so much so that they were seeded 4th in their region. And then all of a sudden, they're playing in the losers bracket final against a team within their own region in Wahama to get to the championship game. And Man had a 4-3 lead late in that contest until Wahama scored 1 to send the game to extra innings and then 1 to win it in the bottom of the 8th. A 5-4, 8-inning victory is what got Wahama into the championship game against Wheeling Central.
Man made a great run here as the 6th seed. They beat number 3 seed Ritchie County 5-2 in round 1. Then they knocked off a number 2 seed Sherman, a 1-0 game. They played Wheeling Central down to the wire last night in the matchup of the 2-0 teams. Wheeling Central scores a run in the 8th inning. They win that 4-3. And, man, it was incredible to see their community support their team and their girls this week. They were here whenever they played. It was incredibly loud.
Yeah, I had a chance to cover actually one of their regional games in Glenville. They had what turned out to be a best-of-3 series against a Gilmer County team that was undefeated in the regular season, and their only 2 losses ended up being in regional play to Man. So we know the Man fans travel very, very well. They certainly made their presence felt here in South Charleston this week.
But in the championship game today, Wheeling Central defeats Wahama 12-2. Let's hear from victorious Wheeling Central head coach Buck Davidson.
Team and to yourself?
I'm elated, especially for my seniors. As we all know, the last 4 years we've been coming up a game short of making it down here up home, and then for them to come down here and play the type of ball they did, I'm just so happy and proud of them.
I mean, go back to that big inning of yours, the inning earlier, 2-run double by Seneca, and then you know, that a couple big swings of the bats there late. What can you say about the offense?
They, no matter how they're doing all game, they give quality at bats every time they're in there, and that's a testament to how hard they work and how hard they practice. They don't give up. They probably hit just as many balls today with 2 strikes as they did with 0. So I'm very proud of them, their approach, of the way they play the game and everything, and it's just great.
As a coach, 2-2 for the longest time. How does that feel for you, kind of, when you open the game up like that? It must feel
it feels good. When we start hitting the ball, you can't let us hang around. You let us hang around and stay in it. We start hitting, and it's, as we can see, it can get out of hand quickly the way we can hit the ball.
Olivia, tournament MVP, and obviously she pitched tremendous for you guys. What can you say about the
Oh,
job she did?
she's great. She come in after that first inning. She was a little flustered. Girls sat down, they talked, and then the senior came out and she settled down, and then when she hit that double, it locked her right into the ball game, and I'm so proud of her.
Coach, it seems like this team has kind of progressed as this season has gone on. A little bit of a slow start at the beginning of the year, and now all the way to the state title, and kind of capping it off with the title. What does that credit due to just these girls' work ethics?
Sometimes softball practice can get boring doing the same thing, taking ground ball after ground ball after ground ball and fly ball after fly ball. But to turn a double play in the state tournament in the bottom of the 7th inning, that says it all right there to the way they work.
What does it mean to have the community support behind you? Obviously, we all know that the Central fan base is huge, but talk to me about their support making the trip down.
Oh, it was great. Family came down, helped support with the kids, and Central's a great school. I graduated from Wheeling Park, and now I coach softball for Wheeling Central. Everybody takes you in with open arms, make you feel like part of the family, and again, even with the girls, that just makes the team bond stronger.
Anything else?
Go. Wheeling Central head coach Buck Davidson there. Some post-game thoughts as Wheeling Central defeated Wahama 12-2 in the single-A state championship game. Let's now hear from the single-A tournament MVP, Olivia Kioski.
Okay.
Well, so, yeah.
You got both of them. Okay. You earned it, kid.
Well, let's talk about that tournament MVP. How do you feel? And that's quite an accomplishment for you, right?
I feel really good. I just feel like these past 4 years I've been through a lot here, and to be able to get that it meant a lot to me.
Of course, you pitched tremendously, but I think a lot of the talk has been about your defense as well. Can you talk about your teammates and sort of how they helped you out behind you?
I think that we all come together as a team, and we really just become one on the field, and we have such good chemistry, and we just really come together as one, and I think that means a lot to us. Like, being able to come from one, and our friendships are so strong, I think that's really what drives it.
A couple runs early from them, it seemed like you settled in. Did you feel the same? How did this game kind of progress from your point of view?
I think once we start hitting and everyone starts hitting, it really becomes a different game for us. And we're really consistent with the hitting. Once one girl goes, we all go. And I think that's what happened.
Whenever you guys started to really break the game open, just describe what that energy's like to go through something like that.
I mean, it's like no other. I really don't even know how to describe the feeling. It's kind of surreal to me. So it's really all surreal to me. It feels like a dream.
All you guys were mobbing each other at inside the circle there. How's it feel to be state champions?
It feels great. It feels really good.
Going on to that, though, I mean, winning a state championship is like a once-in-a-lifetime event.
Yeah, congratulations there. Olivia and her Wheeling Central teammates win a Class Single-A state softball championship today. Wheeling Central defeated Wahama by a final of 12-2, a 6-5 win for Petersburg over Logan to win in Class AA. And next week we'll do it all again, Triple and 4A state softball championships. Those games are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of next week. The weather looks good. You can hear live streaming play-by-play of all the games at WVMetroNews.com. State baseball tournament, it's expanded. 32 teams will play at the state tournament. They've moved it to Huntington, and the 31st team to qualify, St. Joe's, beats Wahama today 9-1. So 31 of the 32 teams are in, and the 32nd berth is on the line. Madonna leads Cameron 4-0, and they are in the middle of the fourth inning. So the winner of that game will fill out the single-A bracket and be the 32nd team to qualify. The state baseball championship tournament will begin a week from Saturday at Huntington. Again, all of those games streamed at WVMetroNews.com with the 4 state championship games on Metro News TV. Mountaineers continue to lead Binghamton 5-1. They're in the bottom of the 5th. The text line is open, 304-TALK-304. That is the text number. We'll take a break, and we will get another live update from Kendrick Family Ballpark from Greg Hunter when we return. The CityNet statewide sports line continues after this.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
For over 4 decades, we've been rooted deep inside West Virginia. Through thick and thin, supporting local families and businesses. Proudly serving your neighborhood since 1979. Your trusted partner in the community.
The health plan, we are here for you.
Answering a text or phone call while driving. Seems pretty harmless, right? But in the 5 seconds you took your eyes off the road to respond, you missed the girl riding her bike across the street. You missed the dog who darted into the road. And you missed the stop sign. And while it was just a ticket this time, it could have been worse. In fact, more than 700 people are injured in distracted driving crashes each day. Keep yourself and others safe. Don't drive distracted. Just drive. This message was brought to you by the West Virginia Governor's Highway Safety Program.
Live from the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet statewide Sportsline returns in 2 minutes on MetroNews, the voice of West Virginia.
You own a boat because you love spending time on the water. Choose the outboard that allows you to make the most of it. Honda Marine's legendary reliability, ease of maintenance, and powerful performance keep you going strong. And they're all backed by the peace of mind protection of the industry's best limited warranty. Visit your Honda Marine dealer today and find out why it's more than an engine. It's your time on the water.
You know CityNet is West Virginia's leading technology company. Whether we're managing IT infrastructures, protecting the critical data and networks of our region's businesses, or providing fiber broadband, TV, and phone services, we are your go-to experts. We're also a strong partner in the communities in which we serve. CityNet, your trusted technology partner. Learn more about us, visit citynet.net.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you.
The Health Plan proudly supports our active and healthy communities and has been your most trusted carrier for over 40 years. Log on to healthplan.org for more information.
We are there for you, to care for you at the health plan. We are here for you. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you. We've got it down to a science, an absolute state of art. We do it all, restoration, cleaning, and reconstruction. When disaster strikes, just pick up the phone. We're Panhandle Cleaning and Restoration, and we're gonna save you.
Back on the CityNet statewide sports line for this Friday night. Thanks for joining us. We've got some time for texts if you're interested in contributing. 304-TALK 304. Kyle Wiggs, Luke Wiggs, Little Creek Park, South Charleston, Petersburg, and Wheeling Central have won state softball championships today. The Mountaineers in a battle with Binghamton at Kendrick Family Ballpark. Round 1 of the Morgantown Regional in West Virginia leads Binghamton 5-1. We bring in Greg Hunter, who's live at the ballpark. And Greg, good evening. Okay, we're going to have Greg on in just a couple of moments, and we're going to give him a call, and we'll get an update. And I'm interested to ask him about that Kentucky Wake Forest contest at noon today. Didn't get a chance to watch it. We were busy here, of course, calling these games, but it looked like a great game. Each of those teams threw their number ones, and Wake Forest had the early lead. Kentucky came back on them, and it was a late run scored by Kentucky.
And I'll tell you this, I'm seeing a lot of positive feedback, a lot of Kentucky, Wake Forest-related fans, beat reporters, some comments on Twitter, Facebook, the social media spaces, have been enjoying their time in Morgantown so far. They love the atmosphere. And, yeah, it would be exciting to get an update from Greg about that game. Also, with WVU, as you mentioned, still up 4, a nervy situation for Chance and Cole to work out of with the bases loaded. So I imagine that was another collective pop of energy there at Kendrick Family Ballpark when the Mountaineers were able to work out of that bases loaded jam and maintain their 4-run lead into the top of the 5th inning. And now the question becomes, how far can Chance and Cole go into this game for WVU? Are you going to be able to save pitching for the rest of this tournament? Obviously, first and foremost, you want to finish the game out against Binghamton, but as he's currently gone through 5, if he has the ability to get you 6 or 7, save some arms for the rest of the week, that would put West Virginia in a tremendous spot to try to make it out of their own regional.
Yeah, let's go to Greg at the ballpark. Greg, good evening.
Good evening, Kyle. How are you?
All right, start there with Chance and Cole. I believe I saw after 5 he was at 80 pitches, and he's got 1 out in the top of the 6th. So how long do you anticipate West Virginia going with Cole?
Yeah, that's a good question, and it's hard to say. He did allow the bases to get loaded last inning, though worked his way out of that. So, you just ride him as long as you can to save your bullpen for the entirety of the regional. But, again, you've got a 4-run lead. You got a little bit to work with, so you don't have to panic too much. But you also don't want to let this thing get too far out. So I think, we've seen Cole go pretty deep and even the distance at times. So I wouldn't say they pull him anytime soon. I don't know if I think he's got another inning or 2 left in him.
Greg, Mountaineer fans might have raised their eyebrows when they saw Ben Lumsden in the lineup, and those eyebrows might have gotten even higher when he got picked off of first base, but he made amends for it in a big way with a big swing of the bat, didn't he?
Yeah, boy, did he ever. You call him Mr. May. At least that's the name he's getting in the press box. In the last 2 years, he's had 3 home runs. 2 of them have come in the postseason. He had a really good regional last year and then had a home run at LSU in the Super Regional. And today was his first home run of the entire 2026 season. And boy, did that come at a huge time. And it wasn't even close. No doubter to right field. I think it was measured at 413, 3-run
Yeah, it was
shot.
up on the concourse.
Yeah, exactly. That really seemed to energize the crowd today. It started to, I don't want to say it turned on the Mountaineers, but I think there was a collective, everybody holding their breath when you had just 1 hit and no runs through the first 3 innings.
Yeah, well, UCLA got beat today, so nobody, believe me, nobody wanted to see that.
No, nobody's safe. And we've seen a few number 1 seeds that have gone down around college baseball tournament. Obviously, UCLA is the shocker, but Milwaukee beat Auburn on the road and, in a 4-1 game. So, and I think you see what you saw to the Binghamton starter. He was certainly solid, not above solid through the first 3 innings, but in the 4th started off a little bit shaky, and then all of a sudden things got bad.
Now, Greg, did you get a chance to watch what appeared to be a pretty crazy ending of the first game of that regional? Wake Forest and Kentucky, it seemed as though it had a scintillating finish.
Yeah, I was around for the entirety of that one, and that was a good game. It wasn't necessarily the most well played. If you're just looking for clean baseball, there were errors, there were, running mistakes. There were a variety of different things in that game, but it was certainly entertaining, and it came down to a Kentucky scoring on a wild pitch, or probably more likely a pass ball if they wanted to rule it that way, in the top of the 9th to break a tie, and ultimately got the win. So, entertaining game, but that puts the Wildcats into the winner's bracket tomorrow night at 5 o'clock against, West Virginia if they hang on, obviously Binghamton if they come back. So certainly significant for the Mountaineers, the outcome of that game. And Kentucky used a few arms, though I think they only used 3 pitchers in that game, so they didn't necessarily tax their entire bullpen. They still have plenty of arms to go against the Mountaineers tomorrow.
So they've set the game times. Are they noon and 5 o'clock again?
Yes, exactly. And actually, it'll be the same on Sunday. All 3 days are going to have the same time. First game of the day is noon. It'll be loser's bracket game tomorrow. So Wake Forest against the loser of today at noon, and then the winners at 5. And then on Sunday, the noon will be the play-through game, and then potentially the championship game could be at 5 if the winner emerges. Otherwise, it will be an if-needed game on Monday.
Jansen Cole got out of the 6th. I believe he's still under 90 pitches or right around 90 pitches, so that bodes well. Greg, one more thing for you, and we're going to have the music come on here shortly, but you mentioned Wake Forest and Kentucky not playing a clean game. How about the Mountaineers? I've had it on, but I haven't been able to watch it really, really close because we're busy doing other things here. But in terms of the crowd, did Did West Virginia get adrenaline from the crowd? Was there nervousness early? How have the Mountaineers played in terms of it being a clean baseball game?
I wouldn't say it's as clean as some others that we've seen. A little bit of bobble here or there. Actually, Binghamton's first run came. Tyrus Hall, who's been a great third baseman, he bobbled the ball, and it wasn't much of a bobble, maybe more of a little double clutch, but he tried to come home and get the runner who was coming home, and his throw was just a whisker late. So things like that. There was an error on Armani Guzman at first. Matt Einich had a ball at shortstop that he normally would have fielded. I think they classified it as a hit. So there's some plays in this game that West Virginia's made in the past they haven't made today, and maybe it was just a little bit of overhyped for this game. Crowd got into it and then went down, and now it's back.
All right, very good. Greg, thanks for your update. We appreciate it. We'll talk to you again on Sunday.
All right, talk to you then. Bye-bye.
Greg and Travis will be back Sunday, 6:06. Thanks for listening tonight. State championships won by Wheeling Central in Single A, Petersburg in Double A. State softball Mountaineers leading Binghamton 5-1 in the bottom of the sixth. Special thanks to Joe Nelson, our audio producer tonight. For Luke Wiggs, I'm Kyle Wiggs. Thanks for listening to this special edition of the CityNet Statewide Sportsline.
From the Health Plan Studios, the CityNet Statewide Sportsline is an exclusive production of the MetroNews Radio Network. All rights reserved.